Hey YouTubers, you got Shalimar Bob here, coming to you again from Shalimar, Florida. Today, since it's raining outside as you can see, I'm going to put together my Harbor Freight trailer for my kayak I just picked up. It's a Utility Master Harbor Freight item 62648. This was less than about $250 with the discount, 20% coupon you can get. And we're going to put it together, show you how it's done. We're going to modify it to fit my kayak on there, and then we'll be happy. Alright, this trailer, Harbor Freight, comes in 2 boxes. And it comes with your tires, your bearings are already attached there. Of course, we'll fix that, we're not going to go with that. These springs, there's all the parts unassembled. I got a spare tire I'm going to put on. There's all my nuts and bolts and my trailer lighting kit. And there's the 2 boxes that it came in. And we're going to build something to put that kayak on to give me a lot more freedom and mobility. With that, yeah, I can walk to the water, which is a block away, but if I want to go any further than that, I got to paddle. Or I got to load it in the back of my truck. 13-foot kayak, it sticks out. Doesn't really give me the freedom. Besides, I'm getting old, my back's getting the same. It's a heavy kayak. So I'm going to put on a trailer where I can back it in. And so we're going to show you how we're going to do this. I'll get started on it. I'm not going to videotape the whole thing, but I'm going to show you different sections. I'll be back. Alright, first problem I see with this, it doesn't have in here the sample to show you what size bolts you need to use. It just calls out to use 3/8 by 3/4 inch bolt A. Well, it says bolt A. Here's your packs of bolts. Where on there does it say this is bolt A? Or does it say it's bolt B? If you don't know your bolts, you're going to have a little hard time. None of these. They should be individually packed, bolt A, all the bolts for A in one bag. I don't like this. It's not going to cause me any problems, but it may cause an inexperienced builder, tinker problem trying to figure out what bolt to use. But that's the first thing I don't like about it so far. And I'm seeing another thing on this that's not quite what I prefer, is none of these pieces are labeled to mark. Like the instructions call for 2B. It'd be nice if they had a little sticker on here that said 2B, but there is no markings on any of these pieces. The quality of the paint job lacks a lot to be desired. There's nicks and scratches already in it, and I just took it out of the box. So that's another markdown for this trailer because of that not identifying each individual piece. Alright, there's basic first shape laid out. We're going to bolt together. Use 11/16 socket. I'm putting it on my impact gun, make it easier, by a 5/8 inch wrench. Alright, get it together. Alright, YouTubers, I'm back. We just about got the tongue assembled on. Wasn't too bad. Just a couple things that you need to realize that I had actually thought for a second that this piece went inside there, but there's no way it fits. It doesn't take me long to realize it doesn't. This is so you can fold this trailer. This is one of the folding trailers, so they got these quick release pins in here. I will fix that. I'm not going to fold this trailer. I will through bolt that, make sure it doesn't happen again when I'm done with it. I'm putting on this tongue part. This frame is really tight. So as you notice, I haven't tightened no bolts down, but it was hard getting these pieces in. I had to put a clamp on there and squeeze them together to get the bolts lined up. And then even then, it took a little persuasion with my rubber mallet. But they're all started now, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten them up. And then I'll be back to show you some more. Alright, YouTubers, trailer's upside down now. As you notice, I got the back part built. I'm going to attach it. And if you want this trailer to fold, you're supposed to put hinges on it so it'll fold right here. I'm not wanting mine to fold, so therefore I'm not putting no hinges on, and I am gonna through bolt it, 3 there. I'm gonna put 3 more over there. That'll give me the strength that I need. And because, like I said, I'm never gonna fold this trailer, so it really doesn't matter if it folds up or not. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put them bolts on, and then we start putting the wheels on pretty quick. All right, as you can see, I've got the tail end of this thing on. One thing I didn't realize, because the instructions tell you to fold it and put the wheels and stuff on. Since I'm not folding it, a little bit of trial by error. There's no real clear instructions on what to do if you don't plan not to fold. So I'm sort of winging this. What I found out is that bolt right there, bolt nut right there, you got to take out so all those holes will line up, and then you can put that on. Just 30-second problem, easy fix. Taking it out, now I'm going to put it on and I'll show you what they look like when I'm done. Alright, I've installed the leaf spring housings, leaf springs. The bolts are left loose per instructions, but I did install the cotter pins. I mean, I can always tighten the nuts with a wrench. That isn't a problem. But they said leave them loose for a final adjustment later. Alright, we have the axle on. Now it's got a little hole on the axle that lines up with the hole in the leaf spring, and then 2 U-bolts per side. And after I got those all tight, then the book said to go back and tighten those up, which I did. And the cotter pin to protect it from ever backing out and falling off. Well, now it's time to put tires on. Or I'm probably going to flip this thing first and then put the tires on afterwards. See you in a little bit. Alright, this is how your tires come in the kit. If you notice, the bearing, the hub, the raceway, the bearing, all of it are already connected on. But of course you got to disassemble them, take them apart. I don't know if I'm going to trust the grease that's already on. They're greased, but I'm going to repack my own bearings to make sure that I've got a good one. And I'm probably going to put, I do like it's got a grease fitting there. I thought that was an added bonus. But I'm going to put bearing buddies on there. If you don't know what bearing buddies are, they replace the bearing cap here. And it's got a grease fitting insert, and you pump grease into it, and it's got a spring in it that keeps the grease, the bearing always supplied with grease. And you just every once in a while you add more grease. You can look at the outside and tell if it needs grease or not. And my experience, it makes the bearings last a lot longer. Alright, I pulled the bearing cap off and I found the cotter pin inside. And I also found the flat washer on there. On the bearings, you can look at them, they got a little bit of grease on them. They're not bad. I don't know what type of grease it is, whether it's heavy duty, light duty. I'm planning to use my trailer in salt water, so that's the reason I'm going to pack mine and make sure they're good. And look down inside, they look pretty good. Get the other one out, you got to pop the seal out on the other side. I was getting ready to install my hubs, and I started to lubricate my shafts here, axle shafts, with some bearing grease. When I noticed and I felt something rough, if you look, there's paint on that inner bearing surface. On this one and on the other one. I mean, come on, that's bad quality control. That's where the inside of that bearing's gonna ride. On the inner hub, right there. So now I'm gonna have to get some memory cloth and remove that. Just another pain. As you can see, tires are on. Cleaning that bearing surface. Took me about 15 minutes that I didn't need to do, but that's the way it goes. Something made from China. And now I'm putting the tongue on. It's an 1 7/8" ball. Only held on by 2 bolts there. And the chain goes up in there and connects on to one of the bolts. Not my favorite ideal, but if this trailer was carrying more than 600 pounds, I might be worried about it. I think that'd be more than sufficient. If I ever did have a trailer breakaway, the chains would save it to allow me to get it stopped. I'm going to tighten those up, and then I'm going to set her back down on the ground, and no, we'll do fenders next. Fenders are next. Oh, one thing I learned putting the fenders on, it's easier to do with the tire off than it is with it on. So I just took tires off. It takes me like, a minute. But as you see, tire on, you got to attach these bolts here, and it's not easy with tire on. It's just easy to take the tire off. Just a show note for you. Leave the tires off before you put the fenders on. Alright, YouTubers, that trailer is basically assembled. I am going to put on a trailer jack with wheels on it. I mount it over on the right side so I can raise it up and move it. And I still got to put the lights on and wire them. And then I'll be done and start my next mod is going to be for my kayak, which is originally a whole purpose of buying this trailer. I got 8 foot by 4 foot and maybe another 3 foot. So I got about 11 foot, my kayak's 13 feet. So some of it's going to hang off the back. But I think it'll work out just fine. And I'll explain that to you in my next video when that'll be a separate video, my modification of the trailer for my Old Town Predator 13-foot kayak. Alright, I'm going to put on the trailer jack, and then I'll show you that, and then I'm going to do the brake lights and running lights, which come included in the kit. Here's where you're supposed to mount your brake lights, stop lights, which is fine and dandy. I mean, it's even got an up and a down and everything, a top. Put it on like that. Now the problem is there's no place for the wires. You can either run them down or below. I don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a little hole right there, and I can run my wires to meet my other wires there. Just going to drill a little hole right there where I can stick that wire through. I think right there where I can stick it through, and I think that's going to be a much cleaner installation. We'll see. I'll show you in a second. Alright, now I'm back. As you can see, that's a lot cleaner installation, I think, anyway. See how the wire is running? See how the wire is running through? That is so much more cleaner installation than trying to run the wire over the top or underneath the bottom. Just something I think looks a lot better, and it'll keep it out of the elements a little bit better. Do the other side. Now about the running lights, they're going to go right here. They're smart enough to leave a hole for the wire to go through. Geez, why couldn't they do that for the brakes? Alright, I'm getting ready to do the wiring on this tail light in. They give you these little cheap little things to connect your wires. Well, I plan to back this in the salt water, and this is just going to corrode. It's going to be a piece of junk. I don't do that. It takes me a little bit more time to do good squeeze connectors, so I know I got a good connection, and then heat shrink over it. That heat shrink seals it up, and then once I get them both heat shrinked, I'm going to black tape it and seal it up even more. Will it guarantee to prevent saltwater intrusion? No way. It's never going to happen. But it will cut down on a lot of my shorts and grounds and problems later on. Alright, YouTubers, we are done. Well, you got this thing all together. That wasn't too bad. couple quality control issues I like to see fixed, but actually I think it's a pretty good trailer. That's 4 foot by 8 foot. There's where I mounted my spare tire. Put a jack dolly on it. There's my cable. You can see, all done. Be sure to subscribe. I have a lot more videos out, and follow my next video. My next video is going to be building a mount for my Old Town Country kayak. I appreciate you watching. Leave your comments below. Thank you.